Welcome to the Not Nerd Show. I'm Nate Heath, and we are here to help you tech better. Here with me, as always, Mr. Dave Baylor.
Hello and hi there, everybody.
Hello.
You may have noticed there's less of me, in particular.
Hair. Yes.
Trim my beard, the whole deal.
I trimmed mine unknowingly. We did not plan this out.
No.
I do like to shave on show day for everybody because
Well,
when you're talking technology, you want to look good.
I don't want to belabor the point of local weather, but there is an excessive heat warning coming up
for this weekend.
Why isn't my weather available?
And speaking of this weekend, my hat today, you might be able to get a little hint of what we got going on here.
I'm not exactly sure what's going on here.
From the back, but...
Oh!
For my birthday from my brother and his family, they found this sweet... I almost need to wear it like this just so you get the
United
full
Sausage Association.
Yes. We will not get into the controversy around the Nathan's hot dog eating contest because that I could talk for hours on that. Free Joey Chestnut, but
I don't know anything about it, and I'm not sure I want to.
Yes. Speaking of hot dogs, I went camping for a couple days last week, and I wanted to give some follow-up because I picked my little Gigapump air compressor, and I was like, well, I don't know if it would do a full air mattress. It might be good for a floaty or something. I inflated and deflated at least twice my air mattress, once because I did a video of it. And this thing was a workhorse. So keep an eye on shorts or reels or wherever you watch videos, because I do have some footage of this thing in action. And I was very impressed on how well it worked on such a small device. So I want to mention that. And we actually missed this comment at the very end of last week's show. A reminder to go to notpicks.com because we have another $20 Amazon gift card to give away over at notpicks.com. But producer Todd commented at the very end of the show. He said Chelsea because she was wanting that prize, and he said #stop the steal. So yes, that was a good one. But yeah, notpicks.com, we got all those picks. I'm actually I've started working on a summer tech. I'm going to do like a summer tech playlist type of a thing to give you some specific products that might help you out this summer. And producer Todd is in the chat with a #justice for Joey. Maybe at the end of the show we'll get back into that one because we do have technology to talk about. It's intriguing.
Okay.
Yes, but our main topic today, I wanted to talk about an article I came across this week, and we talk about YouTube a lot, and we're not talking about the YouTube TV service, which is much like cable. We are talking about people watching YouTube videos on their television, and from CNBC, the headline, YouTube dominates streaming, forcing media companies to decide whether it's friend or foe. So in May, according to Nielsen, YouTube made up nearly 10% of all viewership on connected and traditional TVs in the US. So 10% of everything watched on a television was YouTube. Netflix came in second, claiming 7.6%. And I think Disney Plus was behind that. But, YouTube, typically you think you watch on a tablet or a phone, maybe on your computer. But Isla and I mean, that is, well, now 95% of what is shown on our television is YouTube because it's mostly Isla and I watching. And on my Vision Pro, which I use when no one else is around in the living room, I am 98% YouTube. My computer, while I'm working, I'm mostly YouTube. On my phone, I'm often YouTube. I mean, YouTube is a massive thing, and it continues to keep growing. It's almost been 20 years since YouTube was started, which is just crazy to think.
Fun fact, Google did not start YouTube. They bought YouTube.
Yes.
So it used to be cool, and now it's
now it's Googleified.
Well,
but
I would be remiss to mention that anyone who's watching us right now is watching us on YouTube.
Yes, yes. Live shows. There's great live content.
This content is the pinnacle of what you'll see on YouTube.
Yes, yes. And there's great vintage content like on the Dr. RIP VHS channel that you could find. I think Mr. Beast is now up to like 292 million with an M subscribers on YouTube, which is insane. He's about to hit 300 million subscribers, which
Dr.
is...
RIP might want to check out his banner. His head's cut off.
Oh, yes.
But look at this.
YouTube banners are the worst.
They are.
Best
Team
of.
Steam still doing it with Alyssa Milano. It's funny how many people want to watch a young girl do exercises.
Yes, that is.
Oh, and let's not forget about Don Gay's worst wrecks.
Worst wrecks of the rodeo.
Yeah, we'll get taken down.
We were listening to some country music before the show started, but we will not get into that.
Yeah, I'll cue it up for what we did.
But in the article, it also says Disney leaders discuss YouTube every day in strategic meetings and have considered adding user-generated content to Disney Plus. So they would kind of try to be more like a YouTube, which I think that would just be weird.
Miserably. Yeah. Don't do that.
Yeah. And love or hate YouTube. I use it a lot. That doesn't mean I necessarily love it or think it's the best platform, but it is just such a dominant force in all of video, not just user created video. But there's a lot of, shows are on there. There's been several comedy specials where the comedians, they just release them on YouTube now. They don't do Netflix. Comedy Central, I think, is basically dead in that aspect, but they are dominating. Here it says, earlier this year, YouTube Chief Executive Officer Neil Mohan announced that users watch more than 1 billion with a B hours of YouTube content on TV screens each day.
Holy cow.
Day.
And then that's not including what they watch on computers, smartphones.
Yeah, that is only on TV screens.
That's a lot of content.
That is just insane.
Well, the only thing that's even close is Vimeo. Are there any other video streaming services that are even close?
Vimeo. I mean, do you think Vimeo's 1% of YouTube's viewership? I mean, unless you go to the short form,
for sure.
TikTok or Instagram. TikTok, you can now do 60-minute vertical videos, Dave. I think I might just release our full show.
I'm going to be sick here. Where's the trash?
It also says more than 150 million Americans, which I believe is about half of the country, watch YouTube on connected TVs each month, according to the company. And ad dollars, which is what supports YouTube, have followed. In 2023, YouTube took in $31.5 billion with a B dollars in advertising revenue, up 8% from 2022 and 271% from 6 years ago.
I'm trying to find where you are in the article here.
No, I'm just below the lady in front of the letters, below that, a couple paragraphs underneath there.
Wow.
But yeah, founded in 2005, it sold for 1.65 billion a year later in 2006. So it says in the article, it's since ballooned in size. You think? Yeah, worth could be a whopping 400 billion with a B as a standalone company, more than Disney and Comcast combined.
What they're not talking about is how much money it takes to keep YouTube going.
Oh,
Can
well,
you
yeah, you
imagine the
think about all those
infrastructure?
watch hours? That
There's got
is
to be,
crazy.
they've got to have more than like 10 Plex servers going there.
Yeah, 10 Mac Minis that they're
Yeah.
using to
3
Synology's.
Samsung phones
Yes,
running the whole deal.
a Disney spokesperson declined to comment on conversations about adding original content to the platform. Disney claims 11.4% of TV viewership, according to Nielsen's The Gauge report, when adding up cable and streaming, including Hulu and ESPN. So they're crossing streams there with how they're counting their numbers. But
Well,
and I didn't see anything in here specifically about how it compares to like traditional cable, but I feel like that's got to continue falling off the cliff.
yeah, it's probably more than YouTube's, but they're all fractured, you know. It's kind of like that Apple is not the most dominant platform in the world, but in certain markets it's very
Yes, it
dominant.
is everything. Yeah, no, it just wild. So I mean, like my parents will show them the latest Mr. Beast video, and on their TV they have Comcast cable, but there's the YouTube app on there that you can connect into. And I mean, YouTube, is there anything that YouTube is not on? They weren't on the Fire. Are they on the Amazon Fire by default these days, the Fire tablets? Or do you still have to do that weird workaround?
They're not default. You have to, it's like an app, but it's not from Google,
Yeah,
or you can do
yes.
the web browser.
Very similar to the Vision Pro, where I will give kudos to the Juno app, which is a YouTube player. He just released version 2.0 and did a bunch of upgrades for that. So that's what I
I
use.
don't think it's on my Palm Pilot here.
Yes.
So that'd be one platform.
That'd be one thing. Anything released within the last 15 years. But yeah, no, YouTube is a thing. And I just kind of want to bring up those numbers because I don't think a lot of people just don't really watch YouTube unless you're looking to figure out how to fix your sink or do stuff like that. But there's a lot of people that live there.
And Dr. RIPVHS comments, all that power and YouTube still won't let me rearrange the order of one of my own created playlists.
Yes. Yes. And
we had some activity there on
activity on the driveway cam.
Yeah, but it was short-lived. So
they do talk about towards the end of the article aging out, and it says Warner Brothers Discovery executives are perhaps the least concerned of all legacy media companies about YouTube's rising dominance, which skews younger. 93% of teenagers say they've used YouTube, far outpacing TikTok at 63%, Snapchat at 60%, Instagram at 59%, according to a 2023 Pew Research study. That's a pretty lengthy article CNBC put together there.
I mean, I'm not easily finding. Oh, there we go. Aging out finally. Yeah.
Yes. And I will say, just a reminder, I know I bring it up all the time. If you watch YouTube anywhere near as much as I do, please consider subscribing to YouTube Premium to get rid of all the ads. It makes for a glorious experience. I don't know how people that watch a lot of YouTube put up with the ads, but I guess there's other apps that like Hulu or something. I have the ad supported version, so I'll watch it there. But or you can talk to Dave.
Any browser you can download a plugin that just blocks YouTube ads. Type in YouTube block and install the plugin.
There are alternative methods.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even really a hack. It's just,
there. Although YouTube is trying to hack all of those hacks, so you won't be able to do them anymore. But so that's YouTube. Just want to discuss that and how stinking popular it is. But you know what else is popular?
What's that?
Dave's Pro Tip of the Week.
I wish. I should put some of these on the internet.
What a novel idea.
Yeah.
We should have talked about that before.
We should have. So this is just going to be a quick one because I can't show the other one I put on there. So we'll do that one next week. But there's been a lot of talk of AI, and by AI, I mean Apple Intelligence, and the hope that Siri will get smarter in the future. And from a few podcasts I've listened to, don't hold your breath. Apparently, it's going to take longer than we think for her to gain some intelligence, unfortunately.
Yes.
I mean, it's not like they've had a decade to make her better or anything like that.
Well, if the other AI's blunders are any, I don't blame them for not rushing. But yeah,
that's true.
Yes, I strongly.
You going to be okay there?
Yeah, I strongly agree. Siri could be better.
Yeah. Well, one thing that she can do that I often forget about, I typically ask her something via voice and she'll give me the wrong thing, or she'll play the wrong song, or she'll hear the wrong location that I want to go to. But there are things you can do outside of getting something from her. You can use the voice to control certain aspects of your phone. For example, we've talked about how you can turn on the flashlight or turn off the flashlight, or open a specific app, which is useful sometimes. But I'm going to try this. I'm not sure that it's going to work, but we can get the idea.
Yes.
Because I have multiple devices here, so I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen. But if I switch over to the phone here, you'll see, my standard desktop there. You can use Siri to restart your phone.
I'm sorry, I can't do that here.
Yeah, so my HomePod.
Yeah, make sure your computer doesn't.
Yeah, I'm going to use the button on the side instead of the voice thing to activate it. So, here we go. Let's give it a try. I'm going to do the thing. She's going to pop up here, hopefully. Oh no, sorry. So let me try it. I pushed the wrong button. There we go. Restart my phone. I can't do that here. Why can't she do that? Let me try.
I wonder if it's because it's sharing your screen, or
restart. Oh, this is so good. This is so good. Let me try one more time.
I'm going to try on mine.
Restart. Boy.
Oh, it popped up on mine. It said, just to confirm you want to restart your thing. And now Siri's dictating everything.
We're going to try it again, but not plugged in. Restart my phone. Sorry, I can't do that. Well.
So in mine,
a wonderful
mine restarted.
Demo. So Nate's did. I'm not exactly sure what's going on. So that it's not a complete loss. I'm gonna do.
Heck, I'll try it with my iPad too, just to see.
Okay, let's try it with this one here. Restart my phone. It wants me to unlock it first. And then it says, just to confirm, you want to restart this device? Yes. And it just did it. So I don't know why it's not working on my iPhone 7, which I use for these demos. It's broken. I think I need to get a different, newer iPhone to use as my kind of demo.
Well, yeah, the iPhone 7 might not have. Which version is that on of the software? It's back a few, isn't it?
It's
last year's, maybe.
No, it's 15.8.2. So it's a couple behind. But it should have done this before. But regardless of my demoing techniques, and man, the past couple, I've had a couple stinkers, and I do apologize. But yes, either use your voice to activate Siri, or hold in the side button on a modern device, or the home button on an old school device like this one, the home button at the bottom, which is the mistake I made there at the beginning, and just tell her to restart and she'll do it. Because I mean, if it's you got your hands full, you're doing something else, it's like locked up or not locked up, it's causing problems, or an app is not working, then you can just say restart. Maybe it'll fix the issue. And this weaves in, and I was going to mention it at the beginning and I forgot. It's the number one IT tip is to restart or power cycle your device. So now you have a second or an alternative way to do so on your phone. And if you haven't restarted your iPhone or Android phone in quite some time, you should do it.
Yeah.
Not if you're listening to the show right now.
No.
But you should do it, and you might find out, oh, my battery's lasting longer, or oh, it's not crashing all the time, or it's zippier or whatever, because no device is perfect. They're all created by people who are imperfect beings, and the software is programmed by people who are also imperfect. No software is perfect. There's bugs and everything. So restart often.
Yes.
And your life will be better.
Always be restarting. Good tip. And yes, it did work on my phone to restart. So that is a nice one that I don't think I was aware of.
And to be fun, to play a joke, go around the office and just say it out loud to everybody.
Yeah, see whose phone will be triggered.
Yeah, that'd be kind of fun.
Oh, yes, indeed. Well, it is time for everyone's favorite segment.
What's that?
Just the headline.
Well, we don't have, I don't know why our pictures aren't showing up there. That's another problem. But we don't have any activity there.
No, it's a quiet, peaceful eve.
It is.
In the neighborhood there. A little breeze blowing, though your windshield's still looking nice and clean there.
It is. I remember after you mentioned it last time, I think what happened is I cleaned the inside.
Oh.
Between the time I did the outside.
Yeah.
And so that's why it's looking so clean.
Nice.
But, you know, I want to bring this up again. The reason it's nice and sunny out there is because we're headed for an excessive heat. Look what it's going to be. Look at this. Saturday, Sunday, 102 degrees.
Yes, be careful out there, folks. The nice thing is I did see somebody, one of the local news stations, posting the alert on that, but it will be down in the low 60s overnight, which
that does help.
Does make a big difference.
Open your windows. And I want to install, I mean, this is way off. This is a sidestep. I've been wanting to install an attic fan for years to vent the heat out. And
suck the heat
raises the cool air up. But it's hard. I don't really know where to start. So YouTube. That's where I'll start.
That's where you'll start watching on your TV.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it is time for Just the Headlines. Researchers craft smiling robot face from living human skin cells.
Do not click that link. PortSwigger, the company behind the Burp Suite of security testing tools, swallows 112 million with an M.
Yes. That old PortSwigger. Ikea is hiring Roblox players to run its virtual store.
Of course. Redbox owner, whom you all know, Chicken Soup for the Soul, makes perfect sense, files for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection.
Yes. And as old as Chicken Soup for the Soul, Toys R Us riles critics with AI-generated commercial using Google's Sora.
I need to watch that. South African researchers test use of a nuclear technology to curb rhino poaching, as one does.
And Lego bricks made from meteorite dust, 3D printed by Europe's space agency. And those are just the headlines.
Wow.
Yes.
That was some interesting links. So the game here is, folks, look at the show notes and click all those links and read about all those weird stuff. And Todd, you should look at the top link, researchers craft smiling robot face. You know what? I'm breaking protocol. I just want to show the web page if I could. If you will allow me, Nate.
Avert your eyes if you're easily weirded out.
Here we go. There we go.
There looks like a piece of wet ham with some googly eyes on it.
It's so disgusting.
Yeah, that was an interesting batch there. So yeah, like you said, if they pique your interest, go find the show notes and click a link.
Do so.
But let us move.
Number one.
Yes. Let us move on to our takes of the week. And the first one, we all know about Temu and I call it Shein, whatever, these Chinese companies that do super stuff. And I found this article that Amazon is about to take them on with their own similar cheap Chinese crap. Can we say that? The CCC?
Yes.
Section of their store. So they are apparently facing competition, surging competition from those cheap stuff marketplaces. They're going to launch a new section of its site for Chinese sellers that want to ship their fast fashion and lifestyle wares directly to the US. So they're working on this. Now, the interesting thing, if you go down to the paragraph that starts with the distinction, so the reason why you can get this stuff so cheap, the distinction is important from US warehouses and China warehouses. The US has a relatively high de minimis threshold of $800 on the value of imported goods. If the value is below the threshold, the item is not subject to import duties. So Temu and Shein have both denied that this provision is central to their ability to sell things at ultra low cost. But if you're not having to pay import duties on stuff, that saves you a lot of money as someone who works with some importing companies.
Yeah, so typically they would ship a bunch of stuff to Amazon's warehouse, $10, $20, $30,000 worth of stuff. That would all be have to go through customs and be subject to duties and tariffs and taxes. But if you ship it the item direct from a Chinese warehouse to the customer, and it's under $800, they don't have to pay any of that stuff. So that's how we can get like a little handheld video game for $13.
Yes.
Because it's just the shipping fee of a couple bucks, and they don't have to pay any tariffs or taxes.
It's why your Temu packages sometimes look like they were drugged behind a container ship, because they might have been.
They probably were.
But yeah, so Amazon's going to be doing that, which I'm not as excited about. But I did think that was interesting, especially since I used to do logistics stuff. I was not aware of that threshold. So I always wondered how they get around that stuff, and that is how, and Amazon's going to give it a shot too.
Well, we'll see how it works out.
Yes. This next one, Dave. Oh, we need some joyous, heavenous angel sounds. Google scraps continuous scrolling in search results.
So if you were to go to Google now, you just scroll clear to the bottom forever. There's never... But there used to be pages.
I think it was mostly, it used to be pages, and then on some devices, they've done it where you get the unlimited scrolling, which I will say, unlimited
infinite
scrolling. Yes, there was a website where a local seller that I actually found out about through Dr. RIP VHS, and I went to his website to try to find... and it's called Robot of the Day. I think he does these really cool drawings of robots and different like comic type stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I want to contact this. I would like to buy one of these. Well, he's got a blog with, I don't know, 1,000 different robots he's drawn. It's an endless scroll. So you literally, I spent 2 to 3 minutes scrolling, trying to get to the bottom of the webpage where you'd normally have contact info. Nope. Just keep getting new robots, which they're cool robots at least. But the endless scroll is just not. I just went to Google on my computer, and it does have pages there. But I think it was more maybe on phones where it would just do the endless scroll. And there's just something mentally satisfying about getting to the end of the page and then deciding if you want to go to the next one instead of infinity.
Well, it helps with your context of
Yes.
the location and context of where you are on a page, if it just never ends, then it gives me anxiety and a bit of angst. It's just like I want to get there, but anyway, it's a
Yes.
problem. But I haven't had to deal with this because guess what? I don't have Google set to any of my browser searches. I use
Yeah.
DuckDuckGo. Brave has a built-in thing, which I don't know if I really trust it. They're kind of, hey, we're crypto bros. We're not going to steal your
Yes.
data. Yeah, I don't believe you.
Yeah.
So I just use DuckDuckGo, and I think there's some other ones,
Bing.
some newer ones out there. I don't use
There's always
Bing
Bing.
because now we know that for years and years, Apple or Microsoft has been scraping all the Bing data to build their
Yes.
AI models, probably. So, or giving OpenAI permission to do so.
Yes.
So DuckDuckGo, as far as I know, just as a clean private search thing.
Yes.
And it's not even
I've
that.
not used it for a long time. I should give it another shot
It
because
used to not find all the stuff. You need to have to go to Google after you've searched for stuff.
yeah.
And I don't search for nefarious things. It's just I don't want Google scraping all my data and building those
Yeah.
profiles and all that stuff.
Yes.
that's
I
why I do
just
it.
went to DuckDuckGo and I searched for Not Nerd, and our YouTube and Facebook show up on the first page in our Apple podcast, but our website does not show up on the first page, nor the second page. So
I just typed in Not Nerd, but there's
on
our
you.
videos.
Yeah, it's got the YouTube presence, but it is weird that our
Facebook.
website does not show up there.
Well,
Maybe I need to work on my SEO.
yes, Facebook has a high SEO, as does YouTube, but
Yes.
uh,
But if I go to Google and I search for Not Nerd, the very first thing is the Not Nerd main page.
yeah.
Right there, front and center. Not that you need to go to the website necessarily. You can go anywhere to find us. But yes, Google is still, I would say, I guess, the gold standard of search engines as far as hopefully getting to the thing you're looking for. But
Yeah, I even typed in Not Nerd website, and it's not taking me to the website.
yeah. So
That's weird. I have to fix that.
yes, we do. Research that and get back to us. And to the opposite end of the spectrum, United Airlines starts serving passengers personalized ads on seat back screens.
Oy.
Yes.
Have you ever been to a gas station and you try to get gas and there's a big TV screen just yelling ads at you while you're trying to pump gas?
Yes.
Drives
Which
me
is in
crazy.
Oregon is a relative, if you're in another state, it's a relative new phenomenon that we are have the ability to
Yeah.
pump our own gas now. So yes, they're quickly getting ads there as quickly as possible.
But,
quickly, I'll say it one more time.
Yeah. And so now you go and you spend $800 on a flight.
Yeah.
And you're crammed in like a cattle car and you have to pay extra for your bag. And then they're going to show you some ads just because they can.
Yeah.
Keep in mind that all the airlines are subsidized by the government. So
yes,
your tax dollars at work
are already helping out with it, and they need more money. And security and privacy story this week.
You're not excited about it.
I'm not. I hate doing them, but this one I thought was interesting. Microsoft blamed for million-plus patient record theft at U.S. hospital giant. So, worker at speech recog outfit Nuance wasn't locked out after firing. So, Microsoft owns a company called Nuance Communications. An employee was fired. They did not remove his access, and he took access to
a whole new
1 million
level.
Hospital records. So
help me understand this. How is Microsoft involved? Do they own Nuance or something?
Yeah, they own Nuance. Okay. So they're being blamed as the owner of it. But Giesinger Hospital Network So it says, we're told that after the Microsoft-owned entity terminated one of its workers, that staffer 2 days later may have accessed and taken copies of sensitive records on a huge number of Geisinger patients for reasons yet unknown. Well, to sell it, duh.
And to make Microsoft look bad, probably.
Yes. And Nuance is I thought I recognized that. It's a speech recognition firm.
Yeah, I knew that.
Do they
that
do the
was
Dragon dictation? Are they part of Nuance?
Yeah.
Or Dictate?
I think so. I didn't
which
know that Microsoft bought them.
Has huge it's a huge help in the healthcare industry. I've with some of my clients and also some friends I've talked to, just when they're doing patient notes and patient records and stuff, if they can dictate that stuff and have it all just be in there instead of having to go back and remember and type or write, if they can just quickly dictate stuff. So there's a lot of that going on in the healthcare world, which is pretty cool.
And, I think that AI could be a tool, but I was talking to a mental health care provider this weekend, and I said, how does this all work with confidentiality? Like if you record a session and then you want to put the session audio recording into an AI to give you the transcript, it's putting that session in the cloud somewhere, which should be a break of confidentiality. And so it's a thing.
Yes. I actually, a healthcare client of mine was like, a bunch of our employees just started using some AI transcription software, and
they don't know.
I don't know that it's HIPAA compliant. And I'm like, I would say no until we do a little research into that.
Yeah,
I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, oh, this makes a world of difference for me, but you also have to follow the law.
Security is not employees' first thing they think about. Even where I work, people will occasionally go out and start using third-party tools, which who knows what the terms are or what they do with the data, and they're putting client data in there and maybe employee data or doing all this stuff. And it's like, no, we have tools. We have internal tools that are vetted. Please use those.
Yes. So another warning to never use healthcare. And be careful what services you use. But let us cleanse our palates with our bonus odd take of the week. This might be one of the just weirdest, simplest.
I clicked on this and I'm not even sure what to do with it.
So it is called Remoji at remoji.com. So R-emoji. And then you go there and you just take your mouse
or
and
your
you drag
if you're on OS.
Yeah, if you're on a touch screen. And then you drag it around and it has these tiny random animated GIFs that you can make some art with. And then after a while, they disappear. I mean, why? Who? And you can refresh to get a different set of emoji or a different set of GIFs. And it was created in 2013 as an online project for Kunsthal Stavanger, a contemporary art institution in Stavanger, Norway. Is there a more Norwegian name than Kunsthal Stavanger?
That seems to be, I think when you look up Norwegian name in the dictionary, that's what's going to pop
up. Yeah, that is the example.
We have a comment.
Yes. Oh, producer Todd, I remember when my therapist told me that because of the Patriot Act, the government could seize notes and recording from sessions without my permission or knowledge.
Wow.
Oh.
I don't know that that's correct.
Yeah.
But
what can you do?
Well, here's the thing. They could always tap into your phone and just listen to you while you're in your session and you'd never know it.
Yeah, there you go. Yes, when the government wants to do things, they typically will until they get caught, and then they'll do it differently.
Then they will still do it,
Man.
but they will hide it.
Yes.
Better.
Thought we moved on to the bonus odd take to cleanse our palate. We were too slow on that note, but to cleanse our palate even further, let us move on to our picks of the week. And I will show with my green screen microphone here. After the show, we were talking about Legos, I think you and I last week, and I had ChatGPT create me a Lego office for my background this week.
It's like you're a little tiny person in a
Yeah,
Lego
and if you go
office.
to the widescreen, we're noticing quickly. I did ask for a retro office, but if you will count them, I see 1, 2, 3, 4 typewriters, and then on a wall there is some typewriter artwork. So
There's a little
when
typewriter over by
ChatGPT,
the window too.
oh yeah, 5 lots of typewriters in
And
the
then
retro office.
and the picture on the back wall of the
Yeah,
typewriter.
so that is a whole lot of typewriting going on in my office this week. And I was trying again today, Dave. I mentioned this to you. I cannot get ChatGPT to create an image of an office without the desk in it.
Yeah.
I
I
have
tried on
tried
Copilot
50
too.
different commands. Remove desk, without a desk, no desk, from the perspective of a desk, cannot remove the desk.
Maybe try
So
empty office.
empty
There you go.
retro Lego office.
Yeah.
Yes, I will have to try that one later. But anyways, that was a long sidestep after our announcement that we were moving on to our picks of the week.
Yes. So I didn't write anything in there, as you notice. You're probably like,
Yeah,
oh, he just
yeah.
forgot.
Coming with a
But
surprise item.
you remember a year or two ago, I bought the Sony ZV-E10
Oh yes,
camera,
yes.
which this is the view right here.
Yeah,
that you're
that's
seeing.
it. That's
That's
it.
it. Well, what's better than one Sony ZV-E2? Oh, my video is breaking up. 2 Sony EVs.
EV10s.
EV10s. So I bought another one off of Facebook Marketplace. The lens I had,
Yeah.
it came with a kit lens, but this is one I had that I purchased for
Beautiful.
my other one. So I stuck it on here. And you might be saying, that's an embarrassment of riches that you have there, Sir Dave. What is happening? Well, a while back I bought a Sony camcorder
Oh
to
yeah.
complement the Panasonic camcorder that you and
Yes.
I owned together from years ago. It's so old. I mean,
TLDR, we have lots of
I
cameras.
have lots of cameras. So I had that one, and I'm like, well, I want a second one. So when I film events, theatrical events and other things, that I have 2 cameras. But the color balance is different. The controls are different. And then I bought the ZV-E10, and it's like locked here in my position with my little clamp and all the cables and wires and everything. And I got it aimed where I want it. And it's like, oh, I hate taking this thing off to use it. And again, it doesn't help because it looks completely different than the other 2 video cameras. So in my mind is, if anybody's looking for a cheap Sony video camcorder,
That's your pick of the week.
I'm going to sell that
a person that's looking to buy a camcorder.
Because now I'm going to take this and I'm going to remove the one from its little cradle. And when I do events, I'm going to have 2 Sony ZV-E10s, probably one with this.
And as I warned you, a mere week and a half before they released the new version of that exact camera.
That's okay. I don't mind. I got it at a good deal.
You've got it.
And do you remember these guys? It came with one of these, which I already have.
The Cam Link, the Elgato Cam Link. Yes, I have mine around somewhere.
If anybody needs one of these for cheap,
oh yeah, sell that too. Basically, pay off your camera.
I could offload a few things and to justify the purchase.
Yeah.
But I'm happy with it. And in the camera world, the camera world, people. So the models don't come out very often. And even when they do, they may take away a feature or they add a feature or they put a sensor in there that's slightly not as good as the last sensor to save money. And then the community's like, well, I want to get the one that came out 3 years ago. So it is very common to go on Amazon or Best Buy or whatever and buy a camera that came out like 5 years ago. It is not a weird thing at all. It's not like smartphones. I gotta have the latest.
My Canon M50, they released a second version, and I actually preferred some of the specs on the version 1.
Yeah, they always take things away. Like, I mean, the new one's not been announced, but it's like there's this button, this button and one other button, you can customize and do whatever you want with them in the little menu. So let's say, for example, they remove that feature or they remove one of those buttons. Then someone might say, I got to have my 3 custom buttons on there,
Yes.
So who knows? So I'm not scared. I got it at a good price, well under retail with extra things. Came with a case and all this other garbage. Oh, the battery pack that you plug in to the wall.
Oh, yeah.
So you don't have to, those are like 30 or 40 bucks. Came with it.
Bonus.
Anyway, that's my pick. I'm repicking
the
Sony,
the same camera that you bought another one of, so you can justify repicking it.
Yes.
Very cool.
Sony
well, my pick of the week,
ZV-10.
Dave, is this that you cannot see very well. It looks very similar.
For a bullet.
Yes. Now, Dave, I like to collect many things and purchase many things. And one of those things is lighting.
Okay.
Now, I was looking for a solution, and these things, I'm trying to get it.
This is riveting for those of you listening at home.
Yes, listening at home. Let me try a different one. There it is. This is a mini LED flashlight that is, I mean, it looks the size of a bullet.
Holy Toledo.
Yeah. Yeah. So
is super small.
Now, here was my thought, is that I was going to find a way, because when I'm sitting at night downstairs watching my Vision Pro, I don't really have a lot of lights on, so the hand tracking doesn't work as well. So I've been trying to think of ways to invent a way to mount some little headlights on my Vision Pro. I haven't tried mounting these yet. I did do some testing of it.
Don't you have a head strap flashlight?
I do. That thing is brighter than my room lights. But I went on Amazon and I found this 20 pack of these little things. Now they can be used for like crafting, like if you do little models or something, you could use it as a light there. But they put out some pretty decent light. We actually used them a little bit when we were camping last week to provide some light. They don't appear to
be LED. Are they bulbs in there?
It is an LED. Let me see. I probably won't be able to get you an angle where you can see and
if you had the ZV-E10, you would have it would focus right on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is an LED.
Just a single little LED in there, and then there's a couple batteries in, and you just twist it on. There's not much to it, as small as possible, but yeah. So a 20 pack of these, Dave. Do you want to take a guess at what I paid for 20 packs of these
flashlights containing 1 or 2 batteries and an LED? I don't know that they'd be $1 a piece. That seems a little much. I'm going to go with $13.99.
Dave, you've still got it. Apparently, I paid $16.99, but they're currently $12.99 on Amazon. So go to
go with 12, but that seemed too generous.
Let me check there's no data on the title. I should have led with this. Miniature LED lights, and LED isn't even capitalized. Like, this thing is not optimized. There are 0 reviews on this product on Amazon. I might have been the only. It says 100 plus bought in the past month, so people are buying them, but I don't think there's a single review. But yeah, there's several similar ones on there. But man, if you have a need for some really tiny lights, you could just do anything. You get 20 of them, so you could have all kinds of fun with this. Yes,
they just stick to stuff. Are they metal or are they plastic?
Maybe
you could stick it to a magnet.
It seems pretty plasticky to me.
I bet you have a magnet on your desk somewhere.
Yes. Oh no. Well, it might be the batteries inside on my iPad cover.
They're so small that gravity is at play
I'm
here.
Put it on my iPad case there, and it's
I'm thinking
mount it on the back of my phone.
On your glasses, you could tape them to the side of your glasses, and you're reading your book, and you could
little book light. They're just like, I was trying, just kind of put it behind your ear. Put it up. What am I talking about, Dave? Nostril lights.
There you go. There's a screen art right there. Show art.
Yeah. I don't know why these things. are a little finicky, and it's like if you try to turn them off by unscrewing, then they kind of
Well, like 80 cents a
won't come back
piece. What are you
on.
expecting here?
Yes, exactly. So you just grab another one out of the thing, and and they've got little tabs in them when you first to protect the battery. Man, I'm struggling with this.
Wow, you are.
The things I go through to get nostril lights going on the show.
I know. Holy cow.
And we got people in the chat.
Yeah,
hey,
what are
Grandma.
the chat saying?
My theory is that they always remove your favorite feature. Producer Todd had said nobody's going to tap my
cameras.
shuffle back to the therapy. And P.S. Noel is hey grandma, and Ambient Petey, a YouTube gamer streamer, is in there. Ooh, little lights. Tape them on the mustache. Need a nostril light short. Yes, I will definitely be. I like how it's adjusting the white balance on my camera. I look like some sort of Dr. Seuss, like I didn't before with this mustache.
I wanted to play along, but I think the smallest light I have access to is
a candle.
This candle. It's an electronic candle.
Yes. There we go. But wow. Yeah, so those are our picks of the week. If you want to pick up those or any previous picks, go to notpicks.com. We do have that $20 Amazon gift card giveaway going again through the end of the month. So head over to NotPicks. And from NotPicks, I look at the anonymous Amazon affiliate reports, and we have a Ramazon purchase of the week. And this week, man, I'm telling you, we have got a home improvement audience. Somebody bought knife blades bulk pack 50-piece Milwaukee razor blades.
I need some of those.
$16.99.
Maybe my wife bought those because I have a little knife. That's actually.
I don't. Those are definitely not the cheapest ones, but hey, they're Milwaukee brand, and if you are a fan of Milwaukee, they make some good stuff. So yeah, thank you to whoever that was and everybody else that goes through NotPicks for our Amazon affiliate links. And we are a little bit ahead of schedule, so we are going to circle back, Dave, and talk about Joey Chestnut.
Oh boy.
And the hot dog eating competition. Now, life goals that I would participate in the 4th of July Nathan's hot dog eating competition. I did put a couple of links in the bottom of the show notes. And the big news after I think a maybe 12-year winning streak, Joey Jaws Chestnut was banned from the 2024 Nathan's hot dog eating contest.
Let me guess. Was he microdosing or steroids or something?
Yes. No, apparently it's over a deal he has with a vegan hot dog company with Impossible Foods. So he made a different, it says, he made to represent a different wiener brand. The brand is Impossible Foods. So apparently there is some beef in the hot dog eating world. But here's my theory. You might remember back in the day, there was a rivalry unmatched in competitive eating between Joey Chestnut and Kobayashi.
Yeah, I remember Japan. Kobayashi.
Yes, yes. So I had seen, because I follow a lot of food stuff, PDX Fast Foodie.
Check them out.
Check them out. On Netflix on September 2nd, there is going to be a Netflix live special, Chestnut versus Kobayashi Unfinished Beef. As hot dog eating champion Joey Chestnut faces off against rival Takuru Kobayashi in the ultimate winner takes all competition.
Oh boy.
Yes. And Kobayashi was banned way back from, I think it might have been something to do with money too. But yeah, Major League Eating and the Nathan's hot dog competition. I mean, that is the mecca of competitive eating. And someday I will qualify. But I am planning to start my own because I like the whole low carb thing and they have to eat the buns. So instead of the Nathan's hot dog eating competition, I'm going to do the Nate's No Buns competition. So maybe we'll do a live stream on Not Nerd of the Nate's No Buns hot dog eating competition.
And you know, they just throw them down their throat.
Yeah, yeah, and Ambient PD says he's more of a Matt Stoney fan, who is also a very impressive eater in a very tiny frame, which a lot of them are. But yeah, Matt Stoney, he is a very fun guy. A lot of these guys are on YouTube, and producer Todd, he microdoses Little Smokies. Yes, yeah, that's
I also want to do a shout out to producer Todd, who texted you and I
oh
during the
yes,
live show and says, speaking of Dr. IEP, a new video is coming soon. Smash
yes,
like
yes.
and
So go
like and
find
subscribe.
Dr. RIP VHS. I do link to him in the show notes. Go check out Ambient PD for some game streaming. I'm totally blanking on the game that you play. I was watching you the other night with the race cars and the soccer. You probably know that one, Dave.
Oh, Rocket League.
Rocket League, yes, yes. But yeah, we've got a meeting of the YouTube minds here in the live chat, and we are always so thankful when you guys are able to join us in the live chat. I think it just makes it more fun. But you
It
can
does.
always find us later. You just miss out on being able to chime in during the show and get your comments often read. We should come up with some sort of signal if you don't want us to read the comments, but too bad. We're going to read them anyways because we need content.
If Google can scrape the internet to train their AI model, we can read the comments that are live on the internet on our own show.
Yes.
Now, many of you probably watched Dr. Or is it Professor? Yeah, Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson, who is your personal astrophysicist.
Yes.
On their show on YouTube, they have questions, but you have to be a Patreon member
to
submit the questions.
Yes.
So maybe one day we'll have only Patreon
We'll get
members.
to that. We'll get to that status. I was thinking about let us know in the comments, hit that like and subscribe button, ring that bell. Doing a Ask Me Anything episode at some point where you could we could have submitted questions ahead of time. So
anything
we'll look at, well, that's AMA. That's what it stands for. Ask Me Anything. Doesn't mean I have to answer it.
That's true.
But to get some of your guys' questions so we can answer that and help you out on that. But we're also hoping to get some guests on again soon, which we need to get that scheduled. But we just have so much fun doing this, talking about technology, etc. For about an hour on Tuesday nights at 6:30. And we thank you for all of the support and all that good stuff, so we can keep helping you get out there to tech better. As Dave plays me off again.
I think our new slogan should be technology, etc.